Episode 560. Every gossip was studying Lord Grimm, and every gossip's opening line had to mention Lord Grimm. And that was just the first day, the second, the third, the fourth. As the days rolled on, Lord Grimm's routine held no surprises whatsoever. In the arena, people chased after him every day to watch his matches, with many even volunteering to step into the ring, practically begging for a taste of defeat. Which kind of defeat? The kind where you get comboed by Lord Grimm, or the kind where you get one-shot by him? After the Spring Festival, getting styled on by Lord Grimm became the hottest trend in the glory scene. Yi Shu had been aware of all this commotion for days, of course, but he hadn't paid it much mind. He just wanted to finish the challenge quest as fast as possible. The more people queuing up to fight him, the better. Then one day, Huang Shaoqian's alt account, Lu Mu, logged in again and proceeded to be incredibly noisy.
What the hell? You've had time to PK all those other people, but you can't spare a single match for me?
Huang Shaoqian had queued up and begged for a fight countless times, but to this day he'd had no success. His resentment was off the charts.
On a mission.
Yi Shu's reply was just 3 words. From what I recall, there was no invitation from Troubling Rain, but even if there had been, Yi Shu would have flatly refused it. A fight with that guy wouldn't be over in a minute or two, and there's no guarantee you'd even win. A complete waste of time.
Ha, just you wait until you get into the heavenly domain.
Huang Shaoqian threw down the gauntlet. Ye Shu replied with a supremely cool emoji and then ignored him. That Lunar New Year, the sudden emergence of such a dazzling figure, made all the players of Glory feel anything but lonely. The spectacle around Lord Grimm eventually seemed to outshine even the official Spring Festival events. Some players were so invested, they bought brand new 10th server accounts just to go and witness it firsthand. There really is no shortage of bored players out there. But what puzzled everyone was that they'd already dug up just about everything there was to know about Lord Grimm. So why hadn't any club tried to recruit him yet? In the heart of nearly every veteran player, there was a team they supported. Many even began actively contacting their favorite clubs to make recommendations. The clubs, hearing their fans' fervent calls, could only react with a mixture of amusement and exasperation. The club's response was far from as slow as the players imagined. In fact, they'd received reports as early as the first day. Within the Glory Club system, there were people with a role similar to scouts in football or basketball. Some of them were full-time, others part-time, but their job was always to scout for talent. To have such a high-profile individual right in front of them and still turn a blind eye would be downright egregious. In fact, on that very first day, it's safe to say that every single club received at least one report on the matter. Within a club, management, the team, the guild, equipment research, and scouting are all separate departments. Whether they share information with each other is never a given. Most guilds knew Lord Grimm was Ye Chu, and some teams were aware as well, but whether that information had reached the other departments was another matter entirely. But regardless, by this point, Lord Grimm had been pushed right in front of the club. Information, no matter which department had it first, would be shared quickly. The fact that Lord Grimm was the great Yi Chu soon became an open secret among the clubs. And so, the club's pursuit of talent came to an end. But if it's Yi Chu, then the focus shifts to an entirely different level. While the players were just gossiping for fun, the professional clubs were seriously considering the implications of Ye Chu's dazzling performance in the game, from the perspective of their own vested interests. Given the rumors that Yi Chu would reform a team, the major clubs ultimately reached a silent understanding. They wouldn't reveal that Lord Grimm was Yi Chu. To reveal it now would set off a media frenzy, ignite countless hopes, and draw legions of followers. It's a miracle if the major clubs don't actively sabotage him. Why on earth would they help build momentum for Ye Chu's comeback? What could he possibly accomplish all on his own? The various clubs didn't dare look down on Ye Chu, but they also didn't believe he could truly accomplish anything on his own. Any pro player could cause a stir in the game. After all, they're on a completely different level than the average player. Yi Chu probably wants to use this buzz to build momentum. We can't stop it, but we certainly shouldn't be giving him a helping hand, should we? So, that was the mindset shared by all the clubs. As for Team Excellent Era, the very organization that had pushed Ye Chu out of the pro scene, their feelings on the matter were a bit more complicated. The first club meeting after the new year, and this matter was already on the table for discussion. This was an internal club meeting, so naturally only the heads of each department were in attendance. Representing the team were Captain Sun Sheng and Vice Captain Lu Hao. For the guild, it was naturally Chen Yehui. The development department, logistics, headhunting, and publicity. As a premier powerhouse in Glory's competitive history, Excellent Era had grown into an organization with a complete and robust departmental structure. Of course, the meeting wasn't just about that one issue. After all, the new year had just begun, so they started off with some promising positive news. The topic of Lord Grimm, who had been making waves in the online gaming world recently, was only brought up at the very end. Chen Yehui instinctively glanced at Lu Hao. Lu Hao's acting was quite good, putting on a show of having just learned about it. Chen Yehui, however, couldn't pretend the same, because this was a matter within the game itself. And given Yi Chu's inescapable ties to their own Excellent Era, if he'd shown no awareness of him at all, it would have been a serious dereliction of his guild duties. Fortunately, he'd already spoken with the manager before the meeting, mixing truth with fiction in his report about his encounters with Lord Grimm in the game. Chen Yehui's biggest worry was that the club would formally order him to suppress Ye Chu in the online world. That job carried far too much pressure. He had no confidence at all, so, during the meeting, when the manager asked Chen Yehui to brief them on Ye Chu's situation in the 10th server, Chen Yehui emphasized just how unstoppable Ye Chu was in the game. He pointed out guilds like Blue Brook Pavilion and Tyrannical Ambition. And then there's Herb Garden, he continued. Another prime example of a guild that got knocked flat. But thanks to our guild leader's brilliant foresight, our dynasty has kept a careful arm's-length distance from this suspicious newcomer from the start. We haven't taken any major losses yet. It's just that with this guy running around causing chaos. As a result, the clearing efforts on the 10th server were progressing poorly for all the major guilds, and Excellent Dynasty was no exception.